Hello and welcome to another Geek Roll Order video, and it's time for another episode of Spanning the Generations, the Transformers review show that is more than meets the eye. You're getting 2 reviews for the price of 1 today, and this is going to be a very interesting review. I think this is actually going to be the first of a 2-parter, and we're going to be looking at 2 very different figures today. 2 different takes on 1 character. And we have, for this part, we are looking at Dreadwing. As you can see, it's kind of a big figure, trying to get all of these in here. So let's go ahead and move that one out of the way for right now. So let's just take a look at this one right here. This is Dreadwing. This is a G2 figure. I have had this since it came out. I've had it for a long time. Lot of detail on this figure. This is really cool. This has been one of my favorite toys growing up, and I love this figure. You can see a lot of... Alright, so he has this big old stealth bomber, also becomes a tank, but we'll take a look at that. But as you can see, there's a jet in there. That is Smokescreen. So, just gonna pop him out. And, of course, the wings pop up. So, this is all you're going to get for this. Basically, the part 2 is going to be kind of an experimental episode of Spanning the Generations, for sure. So, I'm going to put this guy away, and you'll see what I'm talking about in the next episode here. Alright, so, got this big old beefy bomber here. Got the turret underneath here. But yeah, that's the detail for that. He's also got a couple of different modes. So let's pull the landing gear up. Pull the cannon back. There's a little tab on the legs. And do the same thing on the other side. Fold the wings up. Underneath the head, there's a little trigger. Well, once you get it, it pops the wings up. Do that. Take the cannon. There's just a multi-hinge system here. And he's got a tank mode. So that's... He's on the fake wheel, so... kind of pushes around. So that's that. It's G2, so not a lot of mobility in that mode. So let's just keep going in... So you just want to... Alright, so let's go ahead and get him into the robot mode. Gonna pull the treads back. They pop out. There's a peg right there, so that just comes undone. Comes undone. The feet pop out like that. What you want to do is you want to take the arms, pull them up like that. And then, as you're pulling the chest down, just push the head out. That part just joints into there. Turn that around. Turn it around again. Pull it up. And this guy's getting tall. And you just gotta... And then you just do that. Put him around. And there we go. That is Dreadwing. And this guy's pretty good. Got some pretty good bulk to him. So, articulation, his legs can move. I've got to kind of give him a little... He's on a double bend there because of the transformation. He's a little bit of a top-heavy figure, so it's definitely hard to get a good view on this guy. The transformation kind of allows for a lot of rotation. The head. Once again, this guy is tall. I believe the head rotates 360 degrees. Yes, it does. If you pull the shield out like that, he's just got some very basic arms. They rotate. You just pull those out. But yeah, there is Dreadwing. Gonna get a view of the back there. And of course I don't have the missiles because, you know, that's pretty much the first thing that you lose when you're a kid is the missiles. But this guy's a pretty good beefy figure. It takes a good amount to actually get him in the camera there. But yeah, this has been a pretty good... I like this figure. And we've got another version of him here. And so this is one where the size scaling actually kind of benefits this guy. This is a Generations figure. Got that nice stealth bomber look to him. So they only do the one mode here, not... this figure actually does have a very nice... If I can get the focus on it. Got the G2 Decepticon symbol. And this is a deluxe size figure. This is actually a remold of a Megatron figure that came out. That was one of the comic ones, so it was based on the IDW line. And I think this one really hits the mark. It definitely has a nice look to it. And sort of the downsizing to a deluxe class figure really just lets them focus on the detail and the look. So transforming this guy, not that hard. Basically just this part. Pop out. There's a little tab. These, and you just pull the other wing here. This actually becomes the weapon. I'm gonna pull that out. Peg and ports. Just let's go together like that, and then that pulls out like that, and it becomes a cannon. So the rest of the figure, fairly easy to transform. He just pulls apart there. The legs swing around like that. They're on a double hinge there that comes forward, rotates. And then you pull the feet forward. And it's got the heels there. Alright, and then the back part of the leg just kind of closes up on itself, so that's that. Let's pull the camera up. Basically, part kind of folds down. There's a couple of different things going on here, so that... Just want to pull that back. Nope, not too far, because that's going to pop into place there. And this one, you see there's like a hinge in there, actually. Because what you want is that part to tab in there. And then, basically, just kind of a, as you see, it's on a kind of a double hinge there. Once again, it goes in there. The arms rotate. Pull the fist out. And then just rotate that again. And then you can do the same thing on the other side here. Of course, that should stay in there. And of course... Sorry, I gotta take him off camera for a second. Had to put it back in the ball joint. There we go. There is Dreadwing in his robot mode. And honestly, he's got some nice detail. I love the color. Still brings out the G2 color scheme very nicely. Get a good focus on that head sculpt, man. Look at that. That is detailed. I love that helmet. That is very nice. So, basically, you put the cannon there on his arm. You can give it to him as a hand weapon. Yeah. But yeah. I'm not going to lie, that looks a little clunky in his hand, so typically I just leave it on the arm like that. I I don't know, I like that as the best look. This guy is ball joint crazy, so rotation, yes. And sometimes a little hard to keep him posed, but get a little wrist swivel there. That's the head. Doesn't. Okay. Oh, hey, the head actually can go 360. It's just. And trying to get it, but he does have the light piping back here, so you can definitely see the eyes very good if you get the light right. And it's really what I'm trying to do, is trying to highlight that. The legs, ball joints, so they pretty much go all the way around. Got the upper thigh swivel. You know, you can get a pretty good high knee there. Just open the back of the leg up a little bit and boom, high knee, thanks to transformation. So this guy's actually pretty posable. I like it. This is really a kind of an underrated figure. I think I really like this figure. I know this came out a few years ago, and I've just kind of gotten to play with it a little bit more, just kind of getting ready for this episode. But really, I like it. It's posable. It's nice. So of course, let's kind of get the comparison shot in there. Gonna pan up a little bit because holy crap, that, like I said, the G2 version is tall, and as you can see here, they really did a good job of, you know, recreating the head on this guy. I think the Generations version really just is a nice upgrade to Dreadwing, and there they are, getting a little side-by-side comparison. But yeah, for Spanning the Generations, this has been Randy, and I'll see you next time with the concept video for Smokescreen.